All right, you guys, so today we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone. For anyone that hasn't been to the channel here before, we have done all kinds of tier lists over the past about year and a half on this channel, and every Tuesday we do some kind of a tier list, but we're going to switch it up today. I really just want to get down to the statistics and just like, instead of giving my opinion on who the best players are, let's see who the actual best players in the world are, and then we can have a little bit of a debate in the comments afterwards. So today we're going to be looking at the earnings charts here, guys. I'm going to zoom it in here so we can see it a little bit better for everyone, but we have the overall earnings charts for everyone in Call of Duty Warzone ever, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm sure there's some side tournaments or whatnot that people don't get put on this list for, but we basically got, for this year in 2021, we got 126 tournaments and $3.8 million worth of prize money here. So there is a good amount of data here to tell us who the best and most consistent players are in Warzone. So let's jump into this, guys. If you guys do enjoy something like this that's a little bit different than our standard tier list Tuesdays, make sure you guys do drop a like on the video today, subscribe to the channel, and comment below what you guys think about the list, or let me know who's climbing up this list quickly, who's fallen. Let me know what you guys have seen in the pro scene recently. Let's jump into it. So we're just gonna start here from the top because I think it's pretty obvious. So obviously there's a big, like, in my opinion as a viewer, a big issue with Warzone currently where the pro players, it's kind of like how Fortnite originally was with the Keemstar tournaments. Like, you had to know someone to get into these tournaments, or you had to have an organization represent you, something to get you into these tournaments. That's pretty much how these players are, and it's basically the same players every single tournament. Every once in a while, a random person will like make their way into it and like make a name for themselves, which is great. Like, I do think that most of the really good players in the world that are like that top 0.0001% do get in, but there's definitely like a boring factor to that, in my opinion, which we saw in Fortnite back in the day. When they did switch to like the full competitive mode and everything, we had all these people come out of nowhere that no one's ever heard of and just like take over the game. All these young kids that were just dominating, like Booga and all that kind of stuff. So obviously, from an outsider's perspective, these players are absolutely amazing, but I do think there could be some better players out there. I'm hoping that in Vanguard or something, they're going to do crazy tournaments or something like that that anyone can enter and qualify for, because at the moment it is kind of stale watching the same players over and over. I will say the competitive factor is a little bit better when they all go into the same custom lobby. I do like that, and Iron Trials custom lobbies are going to be super fun to watch as well as that goes forward. But I do think there is like a general like boringness to competitive Call of Duty right now. Going into Warzone here, though, specifically, we have Aiden at number 1, which he has basically been number 1 since the game came out. I think Nick Merckx held number 1 for a little bit, him and Biffle, because they won like a really big tournament, but overall, Aiden has basically held the number 1 since the game pretty much came out, which no one's going to argue with. Aiden was insane in Fortnite, and he's insane in Call of Duty. He probably gets, if not the most accusations of cheating, like up there in like the top 5. Like, everyone thinks Aiden's a cheater, and there's a reason why. He has earned, in this game alone, $274,000, which is absolutely insane, by the way. Like, that is nuts. Which I don't even know if there's a way to just like see who like the best, like the most is. It's just this calendar year though, so I'm sure there's a way I could figure it out if I go to a different game. Maybe I'll do it at the end, but for this calendar year, I think it's good to go into Vanguard. There's hopefully gonna be a big changes, new map, all that stuff. Let's see where they're ranking currently in this calendar year. FIFA Kill was one of those guys that just came out of the woodworks, man. I'm very happy for him because this dude makes the game look so easy. Like, he is insane at the game, and you can see it right here. Consistently, like, the fact that he's from Europe and he's playing NA tournaments every day and still number 2 in the world, dude's nuts. Rated is obviously, oh, I skipped Tommy. Tommy is like my favorite streamer ever, so I'm sorry, Tommy, if you somehow watch this video. Tommy obviously is an ex-Call of Duty pro. Same with Rated here. They're in like the same category to me, where you're not going to find anyone more consistent. That's why there's like $7,000 difference between these two. They're both 100 Thieves guys. They're always in the top 3 in tournaments. Like, that's where the boringness to me as an outsider gets to. It's like Tommy and Rated, Tommy and Rated, Tommy and Rated. Oh, Tommy and Almond are playing Aiden and Rated again. It's like, you see it in the matchup, and it's good, but it's like, at this point, it's like, all right, we're kind of over it. And that's why I do like the fact that they did get away from kill races. It makes it a little bit more fun because you can see like random people will join like Cloaksy and stuff like that, and people that do have those good BR minds that can just go and dominate a game, which is fantastic. And then I honestly think right now, if you were to like bring up the last couple months, Noobs has probably climbed this chart like crazy. Almond is obviously Tommy's teammate. By the way, I skipped him on accident, but Almond is Tommy's teammate, and you can't, like, Almond's a stud, absolutely, and they spelled his name wrong here, which is embarrassing. But it's an X instead of an O. But what I was saying is, Noobs currently might be the hottest player in Warzone. Like, the guy is absolutely just climbing the charts. He's winning a bunch of tournaments right now and just absolutely popping off. So can't go wrong with the dude's actually growing like crazy on like TikTok and stuff like that, because people are really realizing how good this guy is. Super Evan, stud, plays with Biffle. These two right here, probably the most dangerous team out there. Like, if you catch them on a like, they're not the most consistent in the world, because let's be honest, they do send it a little too hard sometimes, but this is probably the scariest duo out there. When they're on, like, they are insane. I don't know how to say this guy's name, and people are going to give me crap for it, so I'm just going to say Chow. I'm going to get crap for it, I'm sure. And someone can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but he's an absolute monster as well. He's from EU, and I honestly never specifically have gone and clicked on his stream before, but I know he has played with a lot of the EU guys, and he is an absolute stud. Same with Jukesies. He's been around since the beginning of Warzone. Another one of those guys where he's kind of in the same category as Evan and Biffle, where when you're on, like, that, Jukesies is like unbeatable when he's on, but there is days where he's off, which could be due to him playing from EU to NA. So all kinds of stuff like that. Warzy came out playing with Vicstar. I think he's a little overrated in my opinion, but obviously he's doing well. He's obviously doing well. He's ranked 11. He came up and was absolutely a stud, but I thought for a little bit he was falling off. Maybe at the new custom games, it's really showing how good he really is. Stu, another guy that kind of came out of the woodworks when Warzone came out. Love to see it. Absolute stud. Him and Joe Woe together, nasty. Huskers, what can I say? Huskers is obviously a stud. He's been around forever in every BR game. I think he's probably still like top 5 total. He's like 217. It looks like, yeah, 4th overall in overall money. He hasn't been performing that great, though, I will say, in these tournaments. Obviously, you can see right here, Aiden's made double the money as him, which is kind of surprising because he was the overall money leader at one point, Huskers, and he played with Aiden at one point as well and stuff like that. But it's interesting to see where he's going to go, because I feel like he's the kind of guy that could really get burnt out soon, because he has jumped from so many games and been a pro in so many games. Joe Woe, the Movement King. I didn't even know his last name is Wahala. That's kind of a crazy last name. Joe's honestly been a stud. I mean, he's grown like crazy. One of those rare stories that like overnight success where people just saw how good he was. He hasn't been playing Call of Duty for very many years, and dude's a beast. 80,000 this year? Man, these winnings are nuts. But obviously, I think Joe thrives in kill races. I don't think he does that great in custom, because yes, his movement's great, but how many 1v1s do you get in customs? You know, I don't think he has the best aim in the world, and I think he's still solid, obviously, but I think there is, like, obviously every one of these players are better than him in most cases in these custom tournaments, and that's why you're seeing them lower and lower you get down this list. They're not as good in custom tournaments. So Destroy, longtime Call of Duty dude, stud. I don't even think I have to say anything other than that. Then he's like the hype king. Him and Z-Laner together is so much fun to watch. If you guys haven't watched them, like, I will legitimately, like, I don't watch a ton of the tournaments anymore. Like, I do, because I obviously know who's good and who isn't and all this stuff, because I do watch them. But, like, I used to watch every single tournament. Now, if I see Z-Laner and Destroy playing together, I'm like, all right, this is much watch TV, because they play different. They hype each other up and just send it. But I will say, for people that have made it this far into the video, I do miss a tournament every once in a while. But I do, for the most part, follow it up on Twitter. Like, every day I'm on Twitter, I'm like, who won the tournament today? Who won the tournament? And then I kind of go from there, because obviously it's amazing how many tournaments these guys have. 126 tournaments in one calendar year. Like, that's kind of nuts. And then going down from here, a couple more EU guys I don't know too much of. I apologize, EU, again. Don't really know too much of these guys. Obviously, studs. Talked about Z-Laner. Scummin, OG Call of Duty guy, which is kind of cool. He posted the other day, like, he almost quit Call of Duty and then he popped off during Warzone, and he has been able to make a name for himself. So it's awesome. Booyah, who I thought was probably the best player in the game at one point, has really shown that he was really just a kill race guy. He's obviously very good, and like, you don't want to 1v1 the dude, but I don't think he's absolutely insane like he used to be. Clutch, another guy that he's good. I just don't think he has the he never seems to have like a team that is just like set in stone. He's every time I see him, he's playing with a different duo. Like I think he plays with Scummin now a good amount, but it just, I feel like he's been jumping around all year, and maybe he's found one now, and you guys let me know, but I think he's been jumping around most of the year. Mutex, the dude plays on way too high sensitivity, in my opinion. Like, he would be way more consistent on a daily basis if he played on a little bit lower sensitivity. I know you Moo boys out there love him. I love Moo. I used to play Call of Duty against Moo back in the good old, like, AW days in Search and Destroy. So, good dude. Obviously, he wants to perform better, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Repulize and Lucky, the only reason they're on this list is because they do very, very well in custom tournaments. Because usually they have their third as Super Evan, and those three just absolutely pop off together. It's so much fun to watch them. They hype each other up, but they lock it in. They're good. Blaze T, he's solid. I'm not gonna say that like he's gonna be like the next big thing, but he's solid. I don't know. He's one of those guys that also jumps around, never has like a great teammate. He's solid though. Breadman, Frozone, Colors, Isaac, they're all gonna be in that bottom tier of pro players, in my opinion. Frozone likes to play other games a lot. Colors, he used to be amazing at Fortnite. I've killed him a few times in Warzone. I don't think he's that good, in my opinion, but he gets into these tournaments by being solid. Iceman Isaac, he pretty much just plays it because he has to play Call of Duty all day. The dude is a YouTuber at heart and a content creator at heart, so the fact that he's even on this list is kind of nuts. And then Breadman, he's one of those guys that's kind of come out of the woodworks this year. Good for him. He's a stud. Other than that, I'm kind of skipping through a few names here that I'm not really completely, like, I know Mapo and those guys, but I'm not going to go too much into them. Doug, another content creator that really doesn't play that much Warzone anymore unless he's forced to. Benesson, I thought this guy was going to come up on the scene a lot harder this year. Looks like he just really hasn't gotten a great teammate, so it is what it is. The fact that the Dan Dangler is on here is hilarious. Same with Tim the Tapman. That is absolutely hilarious. And then I'm really surprised to see how low Pieman is on this list. Pieman is a stud, an absolute stud, but he's another one of those guys that doesn't get a lot of teammates. TP has pretty much given up tournaments, which I don't blame him. It's a lot of work when you're making as much money as he is streaming every day. Same with Bobby. He doesn't really stream too much or play in the tournaments too much anymore. But yeah, Exact's a stud. Exact's good. He's played with Joe Woe a couple times, and I think they actually won a tournament. But other than that, guys, I think we've hit just about everyone. Yeah, that's about as far as we want to go on this list. But yeah, that is an actual ranking list. I'm not giving you guys my opinion on it today, other than like what I thought about the player, obviously, and what I think they're going to do in the future. But going in the Vanguard, the reason I made this video, I want to see where this list changes next year. I'm very interested because you can see some drastic changes with the new map and new guns, or hopefully they're going to add some kind of new outplay mechanic. I'm praying, like literally when I go to bed at night, I'm like, all right, I need my baby to be healthy, I need my family to be healthy, and I need a grappling hook in Warzone. Like straight up, like I need that in my life so bad. So hopefully they add some kind of outplay mechanic and we can really see maybe this list jump a little bit or see some open tournaments. So I really just want to run through this with you guys because it's interesting to look at data every once in a while. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. It's a little bit different. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.